And now, if I could have all of your attention, please. Everyone. Yes, you as well. Everyone. Eyes on the chat. Eyes on the stream right now. Put on your thinking caps. Put on your listening caps. And pay attention. All right?
Hello, Maplers. Professor Penny here. I hope you are as excited for the 15th anniversary festivities as I am, but please put your pencils down momentarily for an important reminder regarding a big revamp planned for the Familiar system. As any seasoned Mapler will tell ya, Familiars can be summoned from cards to fight alongside you throughout your adventures. This upcoming revamp will refresh the Familiar UI to give it a shiny new look and
I'm cooming.
feel.
It looks so much better.
So shiny. In addition, less emphasis will be placed on specific monsters' familiars.
Level up. Fusion.
Allowing Maplers a bit more flexibility and freedom to pick from a greater variety of different familiars than
See, familiars. See, badge effects
before,
don't seem to be
while
actual
still
badges
enjoying
equipped.
similar benefits. All familiars can now also have 2 potentials, and you
5% defense, continually restore the party's HP and MP by a small amount. If this is a low tier one and can get 5% defense, I
can level up your
wonder.
familiars to level 7 by battling alongside your familiars or using items.
Who told her to say familiars? I'm getting triggered.
Current rarity ranks will also be renamed, and a new highest level rarity rank will be added as well. It may sound a little confusing, but here's the scoop. The current base common rank will remain the
Common stays common.
same and will still be called common. Still with me so far? Good.
Yes.
The next tier up, currently called
Special will become rare.
Now be renamed to rare.
Wow.
The current tier up
Rare?
from that, which is called rare,
Will become epic.
now be known as epic. And the current highest tier,
Legendary.
which is called legendary,
Will become
will
unique.
be renamed to unique.
And
However,
legendary will be
as
added.
part of this upcoming revamp, it's imperative for Maplers to be aware that skills for
This is looking a lot. This is looking a lot like a mobile game, my dudes. This is looking an awful lot like a mobile game. This is like, oh, collect 16,000 of these cards, fuse them all together, level 1 up by 1 level. Oh god.
any unused familiar cards will be reset. So, if you've got any current
Hang on. Can we
skill values you'd like to familiar cards,
wait, can we you find like a number?
and you can level up your familiars to may sound a little confusing.
Wait.
Familiars, allowing your adventures. This up
Almost,
be
dude.
renamed. As part of this upcoming revamp, it's imperative
Almost.
for Maplers to be aware that skills for any unused familiar cards will be
Is this Hilla? Is that a Hilla familiar? $80 out of 100? Okay, so why is this one gray and are these like yellow, but it's the same one? Oh no, the first one has like, but it's up to 5 of each, and then the first one is colored differently. Looks a little green for legendary, I guess, yeah. And then the yellow ones for unique. But then why are these also yellow? This is like a different type of yellow than these. I think they have a yellow rim because they're doubles. Because there's multiple of them. The first one has the regular. And then they have a yellow rim if you have duplicates. And that's why they've selected the duplicates for extraction so they can get points from it. So these that are yellow are selected duplicates that they're extracting here. so they can get points, and then you can use those points to level up the ones that you have. Yeah, so gray is going to be common, blue rare, purple epic. This yellow is going to be unique, and then the green is going to be legendary. Unique, what is currently called legendary, is going to be the unique tier, and there's going to be an added, even higher difficulty of legendary. That is most likely going to be only like the difficult bosses that drop them, and maybe the like pay to win card packs in non-reboot. The highest level ones that you'll be able to level up to is the unique tier. So that's what currently is legendaries. What's currently like purple.
If you've got any current skill values you'd like to keep, make sure that you use any of those familiar cards prior to the update on April 22nd. We've got tons of information on our official website to help answer any other questions you may have regarding familiars. So feel free to study up and familiarize yourself with the latest knowledge. Some extra credit. That'll do it for today's lesson. Class dismissed.
Ba, ba, ba. Nice. Wait, where did my... Good one, haha. Dude, even I make better jokes than that. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Is this like under exclamation mark patch? Is this under exclamation mark memo? Where the fuck do we put this? Exclamation mark familiars? Oh, we already have exclamation mark familiars. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Quiet. And yes, familiar. Advanced setting, familiars, yes. Settings. Hashtag sponsored. Cool. All right. Exclamation mark. No. This one. All right. Cool. What do we got? Familiar revamp. Sorry, details. Update conversion. I think they're just. I think this is just going to be text form of what the video already said. But let's just look at it anyway. I am Roro, half AI supercomputer and half familiar codex. I am the best partner a familiar collector could ask for. Wow, a talking Pokédex, amazing. I love the resizing of these monsters. I'm in. I'm on board. Look, oh, beautiful. This is what I expect from my indie Nexon game. Let's go. Quick play some ads. Oh yeah, sorry. Scheduled for Wednesday, April 22nd. Man, we're getting this update information pretty early though. I mean, it's not the full patch notes, but it's some decent info. Hey, what's up, Kami? Oh, Kami, by the way, I don't have enough clears for CRA anyway, so I won't be able to run yet. I need another day. They had to resize a few hundred monsters, cut them some slack. True. There's an intern who worked very hard on trying to resize all these things. All right, so it seems that badges, okay, for the people who were like hopeful that badges might be like equipable and maybe even have potential, you know, delusional people like that. Okay, let me just get rid of all of that delusion real quick now. Badges is just something in the game. Basically, it's going to be like set effects that you can equip that'll give you damage. And it seems like it's going to be a lot of small sources of damage, probably equivalent to the member bonus in your Legion, but then way smaller numbers. 10 out of 10 resize, yeah. Tomorrow I can queen. I think I have 9, 8, 8, 8 today. So tomorrow I think I could queen maybe. Yeah. So it's gonna look a little bit like Legion. Summon gauge. Oh, so this is gonna be the vitality, I guess. And these are the 3 familiars that are selected, it seems. Okay, so it has been overhauled. The Crusader Codex UI and the Monster Collection section of the Crusader Codex have been replaced by your new friend Roro. Familiars no longer have static stats and level requirements. Instead, they now grow in strength alongside the player, earning experience from defeating monsters and growing stronger. Familiars now use the same rank names as armor and weapons, common, rare, epic, unique, and legendary. Familiars can be increased in rank up to unique with rank up points earned by consuming duplicate familiars. So that was like what we saw in the video, right? Where they're like consuming them into points, and then you pay the points to upgrade the existing familiars that you have to level them up. But so they will also gain experience by running around alongside you. And as you kill monsters, they will also gain experience and level up. So that's pretty cool so far. Yeah, but I did one more queen for some reason, so I think I'm at 9888. So queen might be available tomorrow. Yeah. Familiars can be fused to any familiar for more rank up points than normal familiars. Familiars? What? Familiars? Can be used to any familiar for more rank up points than normal. Oh, so this is like it's like the Joker card that works on all of them or something. Can be purchased for familiar points in the familiar shop and in non-reboot worlds only, the cash shop. Ooh. Wait, for reward points or for mezzo? Are we going to be able to just like power level our shit with mezzo? By just buying a bunch of familiars? Oh, those are probably the red cards that they mentioned in the memo, right? They said that there were red cards that you were going to be able, special cards that you were going to be able to use to level them all up. That's going to be this. Additional familiar summoning slots can be unlocked. Can be unlocked, allowing for 3 familiars to be summoned at once. Slot 1 unlocked by default. Slot 2 could be unlocked by completing a quest after collecting your first familiar badge. And slot 3 can be unlocked by completing a quest after collecting 10 familiar badges. All slotted familiars can be summoned at once with the new Summon Familiar skill. The Summon Familiar skill will appear in the Beginner tab after equipping your first familiar. Does that mean you can also press the button to desummon them? You should be able to quick slot like different sets of familiars so you can switch from like bossing to mobbing or something. Don't get your hopes up? Yeah. Theorize is without scrolling to the bottom? No, always theorize first and then scroll like 2 inches past and then see that it's completely wrong. Do we reroll my 27 attack unique emblem with this patch? 27% unique now. Not initially, no. Wait until we have more information. Because it doesn't seem like we're going to get the actual numbers just yet. That probably have to wait until the patch notes. What about Ardent Mill with these familiars? That'll be interesting, but I'm assuming that's still going to be fucked up, but we'll see. Okay. Familiars now deal damage based on both their attack power and the summoning player's own damage, and all use a basic attack skill for attacking. Vitality gauge has been renamed the summon gauge and now functions somewhat differently. When a familiar is active, the summon gauge will deplete over time, even if the familiar is not attacking. Yeah, I was assuming that they were going to do that. All familiars share the same summon gauge. The higher the sum of the defenses of all the summoned familiars, the slower the summon gauge will deplete. For example, with one familiar with 50 defense summoned, the summon gauge will deplete faster than with a familiar with 50 defense and 2 familiars with 20 defense summoned. The more familiars, the merrier. Defense? Okay. They're not like mentioning defense here at all, though. So that's going to be a stat on the familiar itself? Oh! Familiars have like attack and defense on it, right? Oh no, attack and range. Maybe they'll move attack and range from attack and defense, because the range is not going to matter because they're all going to have a basic attack, right? Notice how this guy has 2,000 attack and this guy has 14,000. That guy's a god. Why am I in this map? Okay. Passive skills have been removed and familiars will now be granted 2 potentials depending on their rank. These potential bonuses have a large variety of effects from stat boosts to bonuses to your party and more. Wait, from this to this and more? Okay. Available potentials are stronger for higher ranked familiars. Some potential bonuses will cap in strength. Okay, sure. All players begin with 100 familiar slots. Players that currently have more than 100 familiars will be granted additional slots to give them full access to all of their familiars. Please see the changes to existing familiar section below for more details. Non-reboot worlds only. The number of familiars owned can be increased by 5 per use of the familiar slot expansion coupon to a maximum of 2,000. They could pay to win up to 2K. Okay, we're just stuck to 100, but they can go up to 2,000. Okay, interesting. Familiar growth. So then you go to collection. When first added, all familiars are level 1 and will gain 1 experience when the player defeats monsters near the player's level with the familiar summoned. When a familiar gains enough EXP, they will increase in level up to level 5. Whoa, this is really fast, dude. Do you guys know how fast you kill 2,400 monsters? I mean, is this cumulative or is this 300, 600, 1,200? I think this is cumulative, right? I wonder. But this seems like it's gonna level up to level 5 very quickly. If you're just training with it for a little bit. The familiar needs to kill mobs? No. The player defeats monsters near the player's level when the familiar is summoned. Then you will gain 1 experience. Yeah, even if it's not cumulative, it's still fast, yeah. This is like, within the day that you get it to level 5 pretty quickly. This is released? Yep. Did it just start? Pretty much. No, basically, we're just going over the UI. It's just more detailed information. You can check ! familiars and you can look along. There's a video in the beginning, but it's pretty much what we already knew about the ranks. The badges are going to be collected by collecting different monsters that you will be able to equip. All of the monsters will share the summon gauge instead of having their own vitality. And they will lose vitality based on their defense. So they're probably going to gain a defense stat. And the attack damage they do is going to depend on the damage of the summoner. And we'll have room for 100 familiars. But in a non-reboot, they can pay to win up to 2,000 slots, basically. Yep. Non-reboot worlds only. The familiar breakthrough card purchasable from the cash shop can be consumed to increase a unique or legendary familiar's level cap by 1. It can be used up to 2 times per familiar, allowing it to reach 7. Jesus. Oh, this okay. So this is not cumulative because it's like 2.4, 2.6, 2.8. But yeah, even if it's not cumulative, that's still fine. Leveling up a familiar results in increased attack power and defense, with higher ranked familiars gaining more bonuses. Okay. Okay, so attack on the left, defense on the right. Wait, attack is like a very smallest fucking number then. Wow, the amount of defense they gain at 6 to 7 and non-reboot is crazy. Legendary gains an extra 20 defense. So the more defense they have, the longer they can stay summoned, all of them together. You basically look at the defense of all of your familiars together, and the higher that number is, the slower you will lose the summon gauge, and the longer they can stay up. Have you noticed they only showed us the stats of low-level mobs? Yeah. I don't think there's going to be any numbers in here until the actual patch notes. Upon reaching level 5, common, rare, and epic familiars are able to rank up, increasing their rank up to unique. Common to rare, 50 rank up points, 100% chance of success. Rare to epic, 100 rank up points, 80% chance of success. Epic to unique, 150 rank up points, 40% chance of success. Okay. Rank up can be achieved by fusing duplicates of an acquired familiar via the collection's fusion tab. Doing so will increase the familiar's rank up points. Common familiar 1. Rare 2, epic 3, unique 4. Oh, you need a decent amount then. So, okay, so Theorycraft. Okay, so we have the Junior Boogie ones, right? Junior Boogie is a lot of cards. That is currently the 3rd rank from the bottom. So that will become an epic. So if you want to go from epic to unique, and you need, for every attempt, you need 150 points with 40% chance of success. So on average, you need 375 points, and every one cost is 3 rank up points for every individual. So you need 125 familiars on average to get your Junior Boogie from epic to unique. And they drop like 2 per monster that you kill, so that'll probably take you an average of like 3 minutes. Okay, that seems interesting. Wolf Underlings? Wolf Underlings I think were only from the like the packages of random familiars. I don't know what's going to change to that. We'll have to see. The Suspicious Familiar card purchased from the Familiar shop for familiar points creates a Suspicious Familiar that can be used as fusion material for any familiar, granting it 15 rank up points. The Suspicious Familiar can also be found in the booster pack sold in the cash up in non-reboot worlds. Oh yeah, they can find it in the booster. Oh, they can find it in the booster pack as like a random card. Non-reboot worlds only. The Familiar card can be obtained in the booster pack or cash up, and Familiar can also be used as fusion material for any familiar, granting 30 points. Oh, the regular familiar card. That's even better than Suspicious one. Okay. Once a familiar has enough rank up points, you can attempt to rank up. Successfully ranking up will reset their level to 1 and re-roll their potential using the new rank for the first potential and the previous rank for the second potential. Yeah, see, so it's like I thought. Like the high, it's kind of like the highest one is the tier of the familiar, and then the second rank of potential is like 1 lower than the current tier of the familiar. That's like I predicted, yeah. And then non-reboot worlds only. The red familiar card purchased from the cash shop also has a small chance to immediately rank up the chosen familiar while resetting its potentials. Damn. How expensive are these things going to be, you guys think? Is it a reboot familiar nerf? We can only know that once we know the actual numbers of what they can get. And for now, we have no clue. It's like inner ability? Kind of. I mean, it's more like regular cubes, right? I mean, like the top one is like a prime line, and then the other ones are non-prime lines. Inner ability is kind of all over the place, because when it's legendary, you can still roll rare lines, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be like that. How does reboot reset the potential? Oh, wait, that's a good point. I guess just by ranking it up. Oh, Daxter, thank you for the host, my dude. I think. at any time, and you can own up to 38 of them. Or you can unlock up to 38 different ones of them. Familiars that are acquired and then extracted still count towards unlocking the familiar badges. The full list of badges and what familiars you need to collect to earn them can be found in the Lists tab in the Familiars Badges screen. Aha, okay. So this is basically going to be like the codex sets. And you'll be able to select more freely so you're going to be able to select 8 instead of just 1, which is going to be the potential of your badge, but instead you're going to be able to collect a bunch more of them from a total set of 38. Familiar shop and extraction. Yeah, so this is where they select all of the duplicates and throw them in here to expected familiar points 280. Familiar UI now has a shop where familiar points can be spent on a selection of items. 1000 familiar points for a familiar essence, which refills 50% of your summon gauge. Oh! 7500 points for a familiar booster package, which contains 3 random familiars, can be purchased once per day. Oh, damn! They're gonna get us playing a lot, dude. Because it's random, dude. What if you get a legendary, man? Potions will now heal 110% HP instead of 100%. Wow, so powerful. No, if you're a Demon Avenger, actually, you only get healed for like 40% with a Power Elixir, so that could maybe help you if it overcaps. 25,000 familiar points. Suspicious familiar coupon creates a suspicious familiar that can be used as a fusion material for any familiar. Can be purchased once per week. I wonder. Wait, didn't they say that this was only going to give 15 points, right? Here, the Suspicious Familiar card can be used as a fusion material for any familiar, granting it 15 rank up points. And an epic gives 3, so one Suspicious Familiar only gives you the value of 5 epic cards. And that's going to cost you 25,000 familiar points. This does not seem worth at all already. With how common some epic cards are, unless they're really, really going to reduce the current drop rate for certain familiars, this is never going to be bought. This is like when the flames in the dojo shop were like 9,000 points or something. No one's ever going to buy that. You can buy 1 per week for 9,000. Like nobody bought those ever. I think they dropped the price now to like 2,500 or something, but I don't think anyone still buys them at this point. Familiar points can be earned by extracting unneeded familiars under the Collection Extraction tab. The amount of familiar points extracted increases based on the familiar's rank. Normal gives you 10, Rare gives you 15, Epic gives you 30, Unique gives you 40, and Legendary gives you 50. 10, 15, 30, 40, 50. Oh, that's easy to remember. That's just the... oh shit, no. I was going to say that's almost the scoring for tennis, but not really, because you start at 10. 15, 30, 40, and then 50. Just think of tennis, guys. Just think of tennis scores. It's pretty much the same. Changes to existing familiars. Existing register familiars will be granted potential bonuses equal to the familiar sets that they held previously if a similar potential is available. If a familiar's old potential does not exist, it will be replaced with another potential such as Strength X, Luck, Intellect +1. Hold up. Just a motherfucking minute. Y'all motherfuckers said that we needed to use our familiars beforehand so that we can keep the bonuses on the familiars. Now you're saying if the bonuses on the familiars don't exist afterwards, that they're going to get replaced anyway. And we have no idea what the tiers and what the things are going to be. So we're just flying motherfucking blind here right now. Are you actually serious? We got baited. We got baited so hard. Hey guys, remember to use all the familiars you have if you want to get the existing stats that they have right now. Also, after the change, they're gonna lose them all if they don't exist afterwards. So there's no point in literally 0 point in farming them ahead of time. Thanks. Cool. Good shit. Clean. You're just talking about the ones that they're removing? No, changes to existing familiars. So existing registered familiars will be granted potential bonuses equal to the familiar stats that they held previously if a similar potential is available. If a familiar's old potential does not exist, so basically if they have plus drop rate now, and plus drop rate is not going to exist afterwards, it's just going to get replaced by +1 strength or +1 all stat. Which, you know, 60% drop rate, +1 all stat. That's like the same wheelhouse. That's pretty much as good, you know. It's a similar level of They might have forgotten to put cards in the section header. I don't know. All existing familiars with only one effect will also be given a second potential set as +1 all stat. At least, if we lose drop rate, we won't get just +1 all stat. No. Guys, we're getting +2 all stat. Damn right. Familiar cards that have not yet been used when the update arrives will act the same as familiar cards acquired after the update. Familiars will have their rank changed to the equivalent rank in the new system. Common, special, rare, epic, legendary, unique. And then legendary is a new tier that doesn't exist yet. Those players that acquired the same card multiple times to increase the familiar's vitality will be rewarded up to 3 of those cards to use. Okay, that makes sense. Players with familiars will have either 100 familiar slots or their number of familiars plus 20, whichever is higher. Players with 0 familiars get 100, 50 you get 100, 90 you get 110, 150 you get 170. Permanently? Hang on. Because we only get 100 slots. All players begin with 100 slots. But if you have more than 100, you will be granted additional slots to give them full access. And only non-reboot will be able to get up to 2,000. It doesn't say anything about reboot being able to extend our amount of slots. So we're going to have to start registering if we want to have more slots. Oh, and this is like character specific. We're going to need to start unlocking a bunch of extra familiars. No, not extra boogies. They're looking at used familiars in the book. And you can only put up to 3 of the same character in the book. So you're going to have to get like 50 different monsters, all like ×3 in the book. So we're going to have some familiar farming going on so we can increase the amount of extra initial slots that you get so that you can so you basically don't have to extract them as I think most of the places though where you go, if you're farming for these, you don't really have to. I mean, just clicking the extract button every 100 instead of every 300 I don't think is going to be a huge problem. I wonder if this is going to be super necessary. But it's something you could do, I think, if you want to. You only need to find 135 new familiars then before this 22nd. Oh, easy. I don't think it'll... Honestly, I don't think it'll be worth it. I don't think it'll... be super necessary. Don't think so. But it's something you could do if you want to min-max. Maplers that purchased the permanent legendary booster pack prior to version 213 will be refunded with 7,500 maple points per pack purchase due to the price and list change that comes with this update. Okay, FAQ, also known as a FAQ. Here we go. Will there be a method of checking a monster's information, area, level, HP, drop table that is similar to how the Crusader Codex works? No. The information that could be found in Crusader Codex will no longer be available. Now they can... At least now they can't lie to us anymore and say that Terminus weapons actually drop in Reboot. This is a good thing. How can red familiar cards be obtained in Reboot or non-Reboot worlds? Red familiar cards will be purchasable with NX in the cash shop in non-Reboot worlds. There currently is no method to purchase the item in Reboot world. RIP. How can familiars reach the legendary rank? Red familiar cards are required to rank up to legendary, which can only be acquired in non-Reboot worlds. RIP. How can familiar potential change when a familiar's rank is increased? Are they re-randomized or would they tier up alongside the rank? When familiar ranks up, their potential will be reset, with the first potential being randomly selected from those available to the new rank and the second potential being randomly selected from those available to the lower rank. That, again, that doesn't answer the question, is if that means that only when you tier up can you randomly reroll one time, and then if it's shit, do you have to just make a new familiar? Because that's what it sounds like a lot to me. That you're just YOLOing all the way up until you get to the highest tier, until you get to unique, I guess. And then if you just roll something shitty in unique, you just ditch the familiar, extract it, and start with a new one. It's kind of what it seems like. Will there be compensation for the old familiars that have more than one vitality, or will the vitality transfer? They already said you can get extra cards, okay? If players purchase 3 familiar cards with the same receive. I like also though how they answer FAQ based on less information than they're giving now, because now they will need an additional FAQ, because now we'll have additional questions because we just got way more answers, way more information that we have more questions about. Why didn't they just give us this first and then did the FAQ? Because some of these answers are already answered in this, but we'll have additional questions that we now can get answered. But okay. Will the drop rate of familiar cards change? Drop rates of familiar cards will not change with this update for now. Okay, guys. We're gonna... As soon as this update hits, I want to see all of the Junior Boogie maps completely full, okay? So I know that the Scartards have listened and that you guys are doing your part. These cards are epic rank. Yeah, did I say Junior Boogies? Yeah. These cards start as epic rank and drop like crazy, okay? Am I on my... Okay, I'm not in my drop rate gear, okay? So just to give you guys an example, okay? Of the current drop rate for Junior Boogies. Let's see. Because it seems like we're gonna have to be spamming some memers. Did I just double switch my ring? I didn't even know that was possible. Oh, whoops. I have 235% drop rate plus a spider plus holy symbol. And we are going to check... where are Junior Boogies here? Junior Boogies, alright. Alright, let's look at the drop rate here real quick. Oh my god. Okay, there they are. So, yeah, no, they're oh, maybe you hit those and it fucked the drop rate. There we go. Yeah, so there's a few of these. If you're trying to get familiar cards, these are all epic rank, by the way. Oh wow, that was during the 2x that I was killing here, huh? That like every one of them was dropping 2. It's still decent though. It's still very decent. You can still see a lot of them drop here, right? So if it purely is the rank, and it has nothing to do with which familiar it is, it's all about the rank and leveling up and the points and the levels and everything, then this is going to be the... I think this is going to be the place to go. There's also... These are one rank lower, but... these drop rate is also pretty crazy. These are one rank lower though. But these guys, yeah, drop familiars like nuts. Yeah, and it's a very small. These are both very small familiars, so they might not. Because I don't know if what's gonna happen with the transparency and everything. But yeah, See, if you're looking for a lot of familiars, do you see this shit? Like, how long have I been here now? It's not been a minute yet, right? How do you know that what they will be there rare? Oh, these are yellow. So these are the second rank from the bottom. So they are now called, what, special? And they're going to go into rare rank. The renaming of the ranks was explained in the video and also in the previous posts. And also in the information here. Yeah, these guys drop even way more than the Junior Poogies. Holy shit. Look at how many of these. This is without Kishin on the map too. That's a decent amount, right? This is pretty much a 100% chance to get 2 of them for every monster. Pretty close. How do you get legendary? Leveling up with the red card in non-reboot, or maybe maybe legendaries can drop from special bosses in reboot. Well, we'll have to see about that. What's poppin' gamer? What up, Celtic Pigrin? We're going through the familiar revamp information right now. You can check !_ familiar if you want to read along. When they last shorter because they probably have lower defense unless I'm in an update. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. But we'll have to see how much of a... it seems that leveling up gives them only a small amount of extra defense. You know, it's like 1 level up is 3 extra... Like in the beginning it's +1, +2, +2, +2, +2, +3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4. But I wonder... so... the base defense that the monster has, how different that is, right? Because let's say that the shitty shroom starts with 5 defense and a really rare card starts with like 10 defense. Then it's not a huge difference. But what if the shroom starts with 5 and one of the rarer cards starts with like 100 or something, right? Then, yeah, then it's going to be absolute shit to farm those and not really valuable. Or it could be... But then you'll have to spend a lot of money on these guys here, on the familiar essence, and just keep refilling 50% of your summon gauge the whole time. To just constantly keep the buffs up, even if they have low defense. So there might be a few ways to go about it. Who will do wiki about what stats we can get on the pod and how much stat we can get max on every pot, and how do we change the stats like cubes? The stats change when you tier them up. And it doesn't seem like you're able to cube them. I think you'll be able to cube them in non-reboot though, with like a special item, but it doesn't seem like you will be able to do that in reboot. So we just level them up. If they get shit stats, you ditch them. They're allowing us to remove unwanted cards from the book? Yes. All of your cards will go into the new version of the book and you'll be able to extract any amount that you want. Legendary familiars? What is that?
Suction.
Well, those are the current legendary ones, so those will become the unique ones. Wait, passive effect bonus +3? Wait, what is that passive effect bonus? What is it? Oh. Do you need to replace the ID BD from the WSE to the familiar? That was the... No. No, none of that was planned. A bunch of people were throwing stats and numbers and things around. Like, if you want to listen to people who are just throwing numbers around without knowing anything yet, then, I mean, that's... You can listen to that if you want to. What I said is, we need all the details first before you can start doing any plans. If you've already been... Like, it's still possible, maybe, but we don't know the numbers yet. Like, you don't want to start planning for a certain thing before knowing if it's going to come, right? then you're just gonna get disappointed if it's not there. This is all about, again, all about the expectation management. That is the 30% IED. If you lose the 30% IED, nothing bad happens. KMS is able to play this game. They don't have the Codex 30% IED, and they don't have 30% boss and 30% IED from the Golix set, and they're able to kill the Black Mage, so we're fine. Even if all of that happens, we're still fine. The game is still playable. We're still good. We'll still have access to more damage than they do. We'll still be able to clear that content. No worries. Are effects like Spider drop rate going to be replaced with this plus stat potential? It might be. I don't know. It depends on whether or not the stat still exists. So what we know is that the stats on current existing familiars that we have used is going to be replaced by +1 all stat if it doesn't exist in the new tier. But we don't know which new stats will exist in the new tier. That's still the big question. So we've gotten the memo, and now we've gotten the familiar revamp details, but we still don't know the actual details. So I'm hoping that we get a full list of all of the possible stats by the time of the patch notes next Tuesday. If we don't, then we're just going to have to, find out by just using a bunch of familiars and see what happens. Hang on. If a monster registered before it only has one effect potential for this case, will the second be blank or filled with a random effect? I already said that. Will the old event familiars, SAO, Eluna, etc., as well as non-obtainable familiars, Kerning, Square, Familiar Beach, etc., be able to go through the same upgrades as the new familiars? They will be able to go through the same upgrade system as all the other familiars. Okay. Can players trade in duplicate familiar cards for familiar coins and could purchase a booster pack voucher? Yes, familiar points can be obtained upon... Yeah, points, not coins. Okay, but points, yeah. Can be obtained upon extracting familiars. It can be used to purchase items like a familiar booster pack for the familiar shop. Yeah, so the booster pack is random and one a day. I think that's going to be a big one to do to get possibly get super rare familiars. The problem is, though, we'll have to see how much defense those guys have, and if we only have one chance on tiering up to make them relevant to get good stats on reboot, there could be a lot of work that ends up completely fizzling into no gains whatsoever. Yeah, you can't plan just yet. You have 5 characters full of junior boogies right now. Nice. Your Spider is dead then? We don't know yet. We don't know if drop rate, if the same level of drop rate increase afterwards is going to exist as a buff. If it doesn't, Spider is dead. If it does, then Spider is still good. But other characters will... if the drop still exists, then other characters will be able to get it as well. And you might be able to get a familiar that gives you more than just drop rate because it'll have 2 lines of familiar. However, it might be RNG and it might change as well. So there's still a lot of unknowns. Hunt every single monster or just data mine, yeah. What's stopping someone from just getting like 3 or more characters worth of inventory space filled with the little mushroom guys with 6-path crossway and then extract them for points? Nothing? The question is if the drop rate isn't going to change though with the update, or not initially at least, then what's going to be the value of doing that early? Like the amount of time you're going to have to waste to like transfer them to other characters and put them in storage and pick them up there and everything. Like what's the value going to be there is the question, I guess, but... Every game will think that a line of like 10% drop rate on a familiar is different from the greatly increases drop rate or whatever it says on the big spider. Maybe, yeah. It'll depend on how they code it, how they make it uniform. So no rush on getting a spider on all of the mules. Same level of rush as it was. But now... there's the caveat that it might change afterwards, but it also might not. What do I need to do if I want to have more than 100 slots after the revamp? The total amount of activated familiars in your codex right here has to be over 100. The total amount of slots you get will be either 100 or the amount of familiars you have plus 20, whichever number is the... highest. No, the lowest. Whichever one number is the lowest. No, the highest. What's stopping you from gambling now and just do it in advance? Shouldn't even be that hard to do. Well, nothing's stopping you. We fucked because Nexon doesn't know how to code. I think Nexon knows how to code. They're just limited in what they can code in MapleStory because MapleStory is old as fuck code, and they're clearly just not redoing the source code ever. So, what is total damage? Total damage typically is just percentage damage, like a damage bonus. This one here, damage bonus. Not final damage. No, that'd be nice if it was final damage. But typically, total damage is damage bonus. This one. Although total damage used to be an old stat, I think they used to rename that one. So I hope they don't go for total damage, just because it'll be confusing naming wise. Remember they are counting our stacks of 3 as 3 separate ones afterwards. Yes, yes, that is true. I need to farm more than 100 familiars or familiars with the 3 cards. If you're gonna farm familiars, like the same ones 3 times, then you need to farm at least 33 separate ones, right? Oh, let's get a Junior Boogie in there then. Boom. Yeah, I wonder if really getting a lot of those extra slots is going to be really useful. I mean, at least the familiars are going to go into your inventory after that, right? Like they're going into the Codex UI, I think, and not into your actual use inventory, which should allow you to farm for like quite a bit and then just fill up there without having to... I don't know if they'll still... If they don't drop as cards anymore though and don't go into your inventory, then you won't be able to trade them with other characters anymore. I wonder if that's going to change. I don't think so, I guess, because they didn't mention that. How to use the Maple points to do the Maple tour? You just try to go in, and if you have Maple points, it'll let you go in and cost you the points at the end of the run. Haven't checked what's going on in MapleStory in a while. Oh, we're just looking at the changes to familiar. Did we read the last one? Oh, can you summon the same type of familiar 3 times? If so, does the potential and abilities stack? Yes, you can summon the same familiar up to 3 times, and the potentials will stack unless the potential bonuses reach their stack restrictions. Yeah, so this might lead us to just everyone having like 3 Junior Boogies with like decent stats. Until you like long-term farm for higher defense, more difficult to get familiars, and get lucky there, and then replace them like one at a time or something. I'm expecting a lot of people to just have like the same familiars like everywhere. Like I have a bunch of mushrooms or a bunch of Junior Boogies, because since they roll random stats when you tier them up, you just want to have a lot of chances of tiering up. Because if you have one super good familiar, and leveling it up just takes forever, and then you just get shit potential on it. You're just like, you're done. Did the rumored March DMT happen? Nope. Can you explain to me exactly how the badges will be? There's 38 total badges that you can get. You can select up to 8 of them at a time, and they will give you badge effects, which will be extra damage. And then you can click list to see what you need for all the individual badges, what to activate them exactly, and which badge will give which effect. And it seems that the extent of attack +1 and total damage +1 and IED will be like the trend. Different effects will stack together so that if you get like a 3% IED, you'll be able to stack it into a stack of 15. But from what it says is here, badges can provide a maximum of +10 max HP, +2% attack, and +15% ignored defense. I think that means individual lines, but it says here many bonus stats from the badges can stack, however will only stack a limited amount of times. So as soon as you have one line of 15% ignored defense, you can't add like multiple lines. So part of the defense ignore from the codex is going to be replaced by this and by this. But yeah, until we know what the new stats are going to be from the familiars themselves, we don't know if it's really going to make up for the codex or if you have to make up for it in another way. Does that make sense below 0? 18 Hillas surrounded by wife. Should just get 3 spiders just in case? Yes. Probably go for the mushrooms, they're so small. That's kind of nice, but what I think is what Lynette also said, like, what I think is that because the what is it called? The summon gauge depends on how much defense the familiars have. Now their example here is 3 common duders, and it has 2,000. Is this 1 per second, or like how quickly is this depleting? Oh, this is nothing. Oh, I thought it said Nolhina. Okay, that says nothing, by the way, guys. So yeah, so this is like your grid bonus for Legion, and this is your member bonus. And the same idea. I'm assuming that if you add everything up, it's going to be a buff compared to now, but we still desperately need to know what kind of potentials we can be expecting from these familiar cards. How do we get many badges? You'll have to read the requirements here in the list. So the list is basically going to be like this. Like set like this. This is going to be the list. It'll tell you what you need to get, and then once you get it, you'll unlock the badge here, and then you can select it up to 8 at a time. 10 max HP Pog. Well, I said that I expected the buffs to be like roughly the same as the as Nebulites, right? This is like D tier Nebulite. This is more like A Nebulite, and I think this is a rank B Nebulite. B used to be 18, I think, right? And A was 21. And then I think rank B Nebulite, no. Rank C Nebulite. C Nebulite was 15, I think. And then B was 18 and A was 21. So like many Leafer and such? Yeah, kind of, yeah. Just came back. What did you miss? Everything about familiars. I'll upload it to YouTube and everything so you can reread there if you have additional questions. Which stuff in this game wasn't named all the same shit? Yeah. Or if it does the same things, that it's named exactly the same and not like slightly different. You can complete the Elnath familiar, so they give a total of 1% when the update comes. Yeah, something like that. We have 3 different applications of potential. Yeah. And when you're talking about the potential of an item just colloquially, it's already confusing as well because there's things called potential. You can combine 2 badges with 2 attack and get 4. Many bonus stats from badges can stack, however, will only stack a limited amount of times. For example, badges can provide a maximum of 10 plus 10 max HP, plus 2% attack, and 50. I think they're just... Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to use multiple badges that give like percent attack over this amount. This is going to be like a hard cap, I believe. So like if you have different ones that all give plus 1% HP. By the way, I think this is supposed to be plus 10% max AP, I think. But if you get like plus 1% attack, and there's 4 different badges that have it, as long as you use it on, have 2 badges activated that give plus 1 attack, then you're capping for that thing. So hopefully there's going to be like an indication that's telling you like you hit the max on this, so don't equip that. Hopefully some kind of UI will pop up and help you on... Does anyone think the UI is a little bit... It's like lacking something? Like a little bit of texture or a little bit of... It seems a little cheap, no? Or is it just... I mean, I'm maybe being critical, but... Nebulites were a mess. A beautiful mess, though. So definitely if I misunderstood as reboot, we need to farm a lot of junior big familiars and then try to get... Well, not necessarily It doesn't have to be Junior Boogie Familiars. That's just an example. But yeah. Try to get best pot 2-line with all 3 familiars. Then farm all the sets of the badges. And have many Junior Boogie Familiars revive his life back to 100%. But I wonder when will we get to Cube. Cube reroll here at Reboot for Legendary. But I guess we won't be able to get Legendary. Legendary will be only available with the red level up card that only exists in non-reboot. Or I think some monsters will be legendary as a drop, I think. So the new legendary is what you're talking about, right? Or will come from a or you will have to get them randomly from a booster pack here that costs 7,500 familiar points that you can buy once per day. I think that's the only way we'll be able to get legendary familiars in Reboot. Maybe they will drop from bosses as well after the change though. From like very hard bosses, but we'll have to know that for sure. It's 5 HP in the system, the way they did the typo twice. Yeah, but there's also max HP plus 1%. I doubt they cap the max HP at plus 10 in a game where you can have 500,000, no? I mean, maybe, dude. Nerf bottom badge. There's UI that tells you to hit the caps with other stats. Wait, how do you know that? How do you know that? Intern level UI, yeah. It's so weird, like a mobile game system stuffed into Maple. Yeah, it really feels mobile gamey, yeah. They won't change the drop rate. They said it in the Q&A. No, what they said was existing registered familiars will be granted potential bonuses equal to the familiar stats that they held previously if a similar potential is available. But we don't know which familiars will be, potentials will be available. It says if a familiar's all potential does not exist, it will be replaced with another potential, such as +1 all stat. Talking about boss cards, we won't have boss familiars. Where does it say that? Because in the video, and if a video, there's a Hilla familiar right here. Can you like get crit damage? We have no idea, glitched. We have no idea of the extent of the benefits of the badges, although they're probably going to be very similar to the current codex sets, which are pretty limited in scope. But we have no clue whatsoever what the potentials are going to be on the familiars themselves, how good those are going to be. Probably like a Marvel pay-to-win familiar. Yeah, well, I'm guessing probably from like the booster packs, right? Maybe from Marvel, but also maybe from the bosses themselves, question mark. Because like the FAQ does not talk about if they're going to add extra familiars, saying that they're not going to add extra familiars as drops from bosses or something. They didn't say that. Unless you read that somewhere else, you can link it in chat. Recoup, we can't compute the lines unless by ranking up. No, not even by ranking up, only by tiering up is the way I read it. Because when you rank up, you keep your current lines, but they just get a little bit stronger, is how I read it. Let's read. But if familiars gain enough experience, they level up. And then they gain attack and defense. And then upon reaching level 5, the rare and epic familiars are able to rank up, increasing the rank up to unique. Rank up can be achieved by fusing duplicates, and that will give points. Once a familiar has enough rank up points, you can attempt to rank up, and then successfully ranking up will reset their level to 1 and reroll their potential using the new rank for the first potential. So I guess if you get whatever you want, you just level them up to level 5 and just leave them there, and then don't rank them up beyond that. But whenever you rank up, it just re-rolls their pot, And if you level them up, it gives them more defense and attack. I think this is pretty bad for reboot, but it's just going to mean that we're going to have to farm a fuck ton of familiars. Q, will the drop rate of familiars cards change overall? Oh, you see that as that they're not going to add or remove anything. Okay, it's possible, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. I'm assuming the higher rank, the better the pots. No, I'm assuming the higher the rank, the better the pots. Yes, sorry. And I'm assuming the better the rarer the familiar, the better the base attack and the defense on it. But it'll be interesting to see if the damage of the familiars actually registers at all in the grand scheme of how much damage you're doing, because I'm expecting it won't, but. And then you might work on another familiar of the same kind on the side and try to get it a higher tier. Yeah, exactly. Well, not even necessary steps. You can use similar. You can use the same familiar multiple times. So you don't have to use it on the side, or it doesn't have to be the same one. It can be a completely different one, but you can use the same one if you want. Can't wait for 18 familiars when bossing. Yeah, this is my main question: is will we be able to make these familiars of other people finally transparent in the UI? Because if not, and they use big familiars, then the boss becomes completely invisible in this 2D game. Another good reason why everyone has to get junior boogies and mushrooms, because otherwise you can't see shit. Oh, did I read over this? Wait. Oh wait, I think I missed a few of the Q&A. Holy shit. Red familiar cards. How familiar cards will change if familiar's rank is increased? Are they re-randomized with a tier up alongside the rank? We read that one. Compensation, we read that one. Will the drop rate of familiar cards change? No. For now. Will there be an option to hide familiars or change their transparency? There's currently no option to hide or adjust the transparency of familiars. Oh god. That is not good. People basically be forced to either use small familiars or just take them off. 18 castle golems. Everything comes down to 1, defense, and 2, whether or not the level requirement for the familiar affects the stats of the potential, similar to how it works for equipment. Yeah, and how good the potential lines themselves even potentially are. Like, we need those numbers to know if this is even a relevant thing to really spend a lot of time on or not. 18 familiar gang, you know. I mean, at that point, you might as well put your visibility on max as well and just look at all of your beautiful skills and your familiars as well. Green snail, new meta. Snail gang. Familiars could end up being irrelevant? Yeah, I think so. I think that's possible. Maybe the current buffs that we have on our familiars are like the best possible ones. And you're literally going to get things like +1 all stat and maybe like +2 attack or something. And that's going to be like the best possible thing. I don't know. That's perfectly possible. And maybe the only thing we're getting is that we're losing the 30% IED from the codex. And we're trading it for 2% total damage, 2% attack, and 15% ignore defense with the badges or something. Maybe that's the only thing that happens. And that we're equipping 3 of them instead of 1. Maybe that's really the only thing that happens. It's possible. And just that it's going to be more difficult to keep the familiars up, because instead of only losing vitality when they hit, now they just lose vitality continuously. And we might have to buy, where is it? Here. And we might have to keep buying the familiar essence to keep refilling your summon gauge to keep them leveled up. That does mean though that if you're in a map and you have to farm for familiar points first, so you can buy a bunch of familiar essences, so you can just keep, if we keep drop rate on the spider and stuff, to keep your spider up all the time. You know what this also means? If the spider or drop rate familiars get axed and it doesn't exist after this, that means that droplets are gonna be even more rare. No! Don't have the system on like GMS or TMS? I think both. I don't know if both have a different familiar system, but I don't know if it's like this one. I haven't seen those yet. Dude, the TMS familiars go up to 100% buff duration, up to 60% final damage, and up to 100% boss, I think. So you have like Ice Lightning mages that use the 100% buff duration familiars, then activate Infinity, then switch for the final damage one, and then go like burst or something. Even if the familiars are good, they could be terrible to get. Yup. Mezzo bag familiars, Mezzo obtain familiars, maybe. Yeah, that could be pretty sick. Mezzo bag familiars. Oh yeah, monsters drop 1 extra bag per kill. Back to bye station, guys. Back in the pile. We're going back in the pile. Just give us some TMS shit. If you want to make sure that it's horribly unbalanced, this is what it looks like. What is this? Oh, this is GMS? 40 minutes. Hi, I'm here to introduce the GMS familiar system. Thanks. There's no guarantee GMS will get the system is zero. Of course not. Show. But might be very similar. It might be. Uh-huh. Okay. So they stack in the inventory per type. Up to a certain amount. Okay, that's already good. So that will make them much easier to transfer and shit. Okay. English Pog, yeah. Oh my god, they look like trading cards now. These are like Pokemon cards, bro. Inventory space Pog, yeah. And there's new UI. Show us the new UI. Show it. Oh, this is kind of different. This is kind of the same. That's the energy thing. These are the 3 that you have active. I don't know what this is. I think that's like still the set bonus, right? We don't have the set bonus thing anymore. We have the badges now, so that's quite different. The type of buffs they're gonna... This is gonna be similar though, most likely. But they have 40 and we only have... Well, yeah, we have 38, right? So that might be very similar actually. Well, I don't think we're gonna have this one. Plus 10% HP, plus 2%. Neo City? Well, that content... So yeah, we don't have that content anymore. Yeah, these stats look like they're gonna be shit. Like you're gonna be fishing for 1% attack, 1% damage, and a little bit of IED in these. Okay, okay. Lotus? What is that, 3% damage? I can't read Japanese, dude. I can read Korean, okay? Chill. That's all the sets. Cool. Thank you for the follow. Wonder if they managed to fit Von Leon on the card this time. I wonder, dude. Or the Dragon Rider who just like zooms out of the picture and then you see like a streak of fire. Okay. Wait. 3 sets. Wow. Memes. Okay. And then... Oh, it still works as a codex down there. Wait, did it have like a search function? It looks quite different than JMS. Epic, unique, legendary, and myth? Oh, wow, they have... Wait, normal? Oh, they have normal, epic, unique, legendary, myth, and we have common, rare, epic, unique, legendary. So it's the same amount of. Even the cards not listed in sets are able to be registered. Yes. You double click them, then they go. Oh, and then they go in there. Okay. Wow, it looks quite different though. Oh, here you can see the rank. So if you throw like multiple in them, it goes to the other rank. Yeah, they've done this quite differently. HP and MP. This will. They said that this won't be available for us anymore, so they removed that content. Most rare-ups of two kinds of familiar cards. Oh, lovely. Let's make it. Of course. When was this uploaded? I think recently because people were wondering about the thing, right? Yeah, April 6th. I think that's still attack and range though. So we're gonna need defense stat. I wonder what the defense stat is going to be. C rank? Even the C card, you can still raise it to legendary. I think. Oh, okay. Seems like the UI is quite different. Okay, you selected one and then it goes into the set. Cool beans. Did you just kill Mano? What a god. Oh no. He didn't kill Mano. Oh, he's gonna kill Mano. No. No. The madman. He fucking did it. Holy shit. He killed Mano. Okay. He's doing the Lord's work right now. He's trying to get a set completed. Oh, he named it. Boom. Double click into the codex. Open up the codex. Set completed. Bam. Nice. That's gonna work differently for us. Okay, this seems very, very different. Some similarities, but also a lot of